Is there a law that says I can't walk up?
It's safety.
Safety, is that a law?
No, sir. It's just a preference. That's why I don't know if you've noticed, I've been facing you.
For safety.
I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to try something.
Oh, come on, man.
Exactly. Especially nowadays with, people.
This day and age.
Exactly.
You know where I live.
Who are you, sir? What's that? Doesn't matter. Is he with you? I'm just walking by. How you doing, man?
Hello, sir.
Do you have a channel or something?
Yes, I do.
I love this stuff, man. Yeah. So what's going on?
I do not know. I'm just recording.
Really set 2 units.
Alright. Hey, it's okay for y'all to film, but just step over there. So
Yeah, we're right here. We're gonna be right here.
Right
Yeah, we're on the public right. We're good.
Our investigation.
Oh, just investigate. Don't worry about us. Investigate away. Don't worry about us. You're in public too.
Log Mr. Gray standing approximately 6 feet behind Brazoria as
All right, guys, start sharing the screen with everyone.
Yeah, guys,
they're trying to escalate the county, guys.
They logged Mr. Gray as standing here.
Thank you very much, sir. What's your name? You just tell him in the camera because he's going to be like, let's tell him our name. Let's go tell my name. If you want to talk to you, that's fine. Hey, my name is Oscar Flores. Like I said, my name's ANDREI LAGERGREN. All right, Argren.
Yeah, he's
Sorry.
He's got a YouTube channel. It's Horizon City News Service. So he has every right to record. He's on the public sidewalk. Even if he goes in the bar, it's open to the public. So he has a right to record in there. Now, if the owner comes out and says, hey, I want you to leave or I don't feel comfortable, then there could become an issue. But it's open to the public, so he can record in there. If he wants to go eat a Papa Burger and go in there and record and, hey, how you doing? How's your day? Or even with the police, he's welcome to.
Those motherfuckers doing live TV right there.
That's okay. That's all right.
Believe it or not, I'm not going to go in there and record because I'm not looking for a fight. I was only here because I was recording a state trooper.
Oh, on the DWI stop that was here? Yeah.
I guess it was a DWI.
Okay. Yeah, I stopped by. I don't know if you saw me. I stopped by real quick. I think I saw you out here.
I didn't see you. But
okay.
Anyway,
okay.
Like
I could do the same shit or what?
Yeah.
I don't go into businesses generally and record because I'm not looking for a fight.
Yeah,
I only record traffic stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he just.
Sorry. No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Enjoy it, okay? You're good. They're not bugging you at all?
No, they were obviously getting upset there for a minute, but I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You're working upset like, what the fuck are you recording me? My
Well,
wife's gonna know.
He has every right, okay? I mean, on the Bill of Rights, on the Constitution, he has every right to record. He's not interfering. He'll film police officers. As long as he's not interfering with their public duties, then he's fine to record, okay? So,
I already got convicted in November for interference, so I'm not trying to do that.
Don't put me on YouTube, fucker.
No, but you are going on YouTube. You understand that, right?
What is?
You came and interacted with me, so you are going on YouTube.
Oh, fuck it then.
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. Just have a good night. Enjoy yourself, okay? All right. Appreciate it.
Sorry, Andre.
Hey, no, you're good.
Sorry, brother.
It's all good, man.
Probably seen one video of a police officer during an arrest or situation posted on YouTube. We spoke with a man known in Austin for recording police officers. He says he's been arrested 5 times while doing so, but has never been charged with a crime. But a new bill in the legislature could possibly change that if it is passed. KXAN Sophia Beausoleil explains.
Show me your hands!
He just pulled his gun. And there he is. He pulls his gun.
Holding them accountable. That's what Antonio Buehler says he and other volunteers in the grassroots organization Peaceful Streets Project are doing when they go around and record Austin police officers on video.
We're clearly within 25 to 30 feet, but it's dark out, there's a lot of noise, and if we're not close to the situation, we can't see anything.
But if a new bill passes, Antonio would be breaking the law. Under House Bill 2918, if you take a photo, record, or document an officer, you have to be more than 25 feet away. Otherwise, you could be charged with a Class B misdemeanor.
I think it's a horrible bill. It's anti-constitutional. It inhibits our ability to hold the police accountable. And the only people who I believe would support this bill are people who want police to be able to commit crimes without being recorded.
Republican Representative Jason Villalba filed the bill. He was not in his Austin office on Friday, but he's been active on Twitter defending himself. The Dallas representative tweeted, quote, "The bill is meant to protect officers, not restrict the ability to keep them accountable. It does not prohibit filming." But Antonio disagrees.
It doesn't protect the police. The police, to my knowledge, have never been assaulted or killed by anyone with a camera.
Stay back, man. Just stay back, man. Come on.
He believes video can help an officer and says it's about catching everything, both good and bad. Sophia Beausoleil, KXAN News.
Now, this bill says there would be exemptions, for example, television and radio stations with an FCC license. Newspaper and magazine outlets would not have to follow that rule, but the bill still has to go through many legal hoops before it could become state law.
And now that Texas bill, which would have limited police filming, has met its demise. State Rep Jason Villalba from Dallas confirmed he is not going to proceed with seeking a public hearing for the bill, which would have made it illegal to film police within 25 feet of the police activity. Those carrying handguns would have been forced to be 100 feet away from police. The bill contained an exception for news media. This is a good decision, and the individual Villalba who had the idea for the bill said, "Hey, listen, this is I'm a friend of law enforcement. The bill is well intended. I don't mean anything by the bill. This is a good thing." And now saying we're not going to push it. It's abundantly clear that there is no public desire for this. His office was flooded with phone calls and emails. He actually had to tell his staff, let's just work from home. You can ignore the calls, because it was a flood of hate about this bill. Absolutely the right decision. We already have laws in place, as I said, that ensure that you can't do anything, filming or whatever else, if you're interfering with the police investigation. So you don't need an additional law saying that to film you have to be 25 feet away.
This is one of those things that came because they panicked, right? They saw what was happening in different parts of the country, and they're trying to avoid PR nightmares in different situations. And so they decided this bill was a good idea. Well, the bill was a PR nightmare, and it was pretty foolish to think that it could that it had a chance.
And Villalba said that he's not stopping the progress on the bill, the attempts at progress on the bill, because of the outcry regarding what happened with Walter Scott in South Carolina. He's just saying there was general swift opposition to the bill. It included far left civil libertarians and far right people who say we're limiting the First Amendment. I think the public has spoken very loudly. No controversy for me. Filming police in public is and should be legal, period. No question about it. But whether you're filming or not, you can't act in a way that interferes with or puts people in danger.
That's exactly it. And most of the time people aren't, when you get right in there in a dangerous situation, yeah, I can see that being a problem. But I think police need to get used to this.
Do you film police ever, Lewis? I sometimes will be walking around New York City and I'll see a situation where I say, oh, this might develop into something. If I stay and take out my camera, I might be able to capture some kind of interesting thing that is involving police here. But usually I'm in a rush and I just go wherever I'm going.
Well, really the only time that I would have that opportunity is when I'm working at the bar downtown, and I don't keep my phone on me because we're not supposed to, and I'd probably start playing Scrabble on it. So I don't keep it on me, but that's when I see all the altercations and the police stops. So, I think if I were out and about and had my phone on me and I saw something that looked like it could get bad, I probably would.
I'm sorry, hello?
Hello?
Yes, my name is ANDREI. Is this the El Paso Police Department?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I was calling because I had some questions and concerns about an incident tonight. I was on Mesa, and I was video recording a traffic stop, and I was what I considered a safe distance, a distance where I wasn't bothering the police in any way, and I had one of the police officers approach me and, started to advance towards me, and I'm just trying to get to the bottom of what's legal and what's not, and what's allowed and what's not, because I feel like I'm not causing any problems, and the police are still acting like I'm a problem.
Okay.
How far away were you from the unit?
Well, I was standing on the sidewalk,
Okay.
and when you say unit, I'm assuming you mean police car?
Right, right.
Well, the police cars, and originally there was only one, but as time developed, more backup units arrived. But all the police cars were, many feet away. They were, many yards away, or you don't know, I'm trying to explain to you, but they were many yards away, parked in the parking lot of this shopping center. That's where the police had parked their cars, but the incident I was video recording was a third party that was pulled over in their personal vehicle for some sort of crime. And so I was standing on a public sidewalk and recording that. And that's where the tension was created, is where I was.
So you just stayed on the sidewalk, you didn't advance towards the unit or anything like that?
Well, when you say unit, that really, I don't think is relevant here, because the unit, the physical police vehicles were very far from both me and the police. The police had gotten out of their cars and walked to, I know you're trying to picture it, but basically the criminal suspect, whatever she did, I'm not sure, she was parked at a shopping center. And where she was parked was right up against the sidewalk, a public sidewalk, which was off of the shopping center property. And the police had, parked behind her vehicle, several yards behind her. And so whatever was going on with their vehicles, I wasn't interfering with them in any way, because I was, first of all, on a public sidewalk, not to mention I was very far away from their vehicles. But what I was getting close to, physically close to, if anybody wants to bring up where I was close to, was the criminal suspect's vehicle, which was the driver who was detained.
So you walked up to her car?
Well, some people could say I walked up to it. As far as I'm concerned, I was just a man on the sidewalk. I was just walking on the sidewalk.
But you didn't approach her vehicle or anything like that?
I mean, if I had a rock in my hand, yes, I could throw a rock and hit her windshield and break it. I was that close. But as far as I'm concerned, I was still on the sidewalk. I was on a public sidewalk, which happened to be in front of her car.
Okay. And so what happened? I mean, did the officers approach you, or?
Yes, that's why I'm calling, is because, and the reason I'm calling is because this has been the story of my life, a routine issue, is that I'm doing what I consider to be lawful activity. I'm trying to work within the bounds of the law. I'm not trying to cause any problems. And then these police officers, I don't know if because of ignorance or because of bias, but...
So you just decided you were just going to stop, stand on the sidewalk and videotape
yes.
A traffic stop?
Yes, and I do that routinely.
Okay. Okay, well, you know what? My supervisor, he's not here right now, so if you want, you would probably... let me see. I can take your number and your name, and I can have him call you.
Yes, and if you don't mind, I'd like to get your name and badge number.
Okay. My name is, my last name is Lechuga. Okay. And my ID is 2002. All
right, 2002. And it sounds pretty easy to spell, but if you don't mind, if you could spell it out for me.
Lechuga.
All right.
Okay. And what is your name?
My first name is Andrei, ANDREI.
Okay.
Middle initial is K.
Okay.
Last name is Lagergren, LAGERGREN, as in Nancy.
Okay. And your number?
And I'll give you my number in a second, but also I'd like you to jot this down along with my name. Is that on November 15th, 2019, I was convicted of a violation of Texas Penal Code 38.15, which is interference with public duties, which deals with exactly what this phone call is all about. So I've already dealt with this whole type of issue, and I already have, from what I understood, have been told what the law is and what it's not. And still to this day, I feel that the same scenarios and issues keep repeating themselves. And it's like just a matter of time when I run into the one officer out of 100 who decides he's going to, take me to jail just because he can, even though he knows that I might beat the charge. So if you could jot that down as well. It's Texas Penal Code 38.15, interference with public duties. That's what I've been convicted of.
Okay. I'll go ahead and, if you want, give me a number, and then I'll have the supervisor contact you, okay?
Sure. My number is 915-781-4330. And if you don't mind, if you could read it back.
Okay, it's 915-781-4330.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I will get this to my supervisor.
And who is your supervisor?
Sergeant Medina.
Okay. I don't know how the whole system works, but I'm just curious, only because I had a bad experience with the El Paso County Sheriff's office where I asked for a supervisor, and the guy who showed up, I don't consider him very much of a supervisor. It's a long story, but is the supervisor on duty normally a sergeant, or is it supposed to be somebody higher?
It's a sergeant.
Okay, good. That's all I'm
But
asking.
also depending on who the officer was, we have different shifts. So, if it was an evening shift officer, then you would probably be referred to the supervisor from the evening shift. If it was a graveyard, then it would be directed to a graveyard supervisor.
Okay.
But I'll go ahead and get this to the supervisor, and he can give you a call back. Okay.
Yeah. When one other question I had was, because it was a little confusing when I was looking on Google, trying to look up how the different departments and stations are set up. Like on the west side, I guess there's the command center, and that's downtown. But you are somewhere else on the west side. How does it work?
No, there's five regional command centers. And we have the West Side Command Center, which is over here off of Osborne and Mesa.
Okay, yeah. So my incident was on Mesa, so I'm assuming you're the guys I should call. So, all right. Well, I appreciate your service. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, and I'll wait for any phone calls from your people. And thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, bye.
Step back, please. You're getting a little too close. Can you do me a favor and just step back? You can record all you want, but just step back for me, please. That way, sir. Not towards the road, towards the sidewalk, sir. Sir. Can you do me a favor and just step that way?